Hi everybody. Today I'm going to share with you my opinion about three different things. First of all is a kind of a dramatic happening in the case of electric vehicle from China. Yeah, and then I will also mention someone that the Chinese Communist Party always call him our old friend, and that is Henry Kissinger, passed away in the age of 100. So, I would like to share with you what he has done in this time as an old friend of China, or as Chinese Communist Party. And the third thing I would like to mention is because it's important to all of us, to our health, and that is what is going on in China with seems to be a new epidemic outbreak. Yeah, so let's talk about first electric vehicle. Some people may have noticed Chinese-made electric vehicle is entering the European market and the American market, the Western market, yeah, and with a certain success. And why? Why they were so successful? Because they were cheap. They were much cheaper than a Western-made electric vehicle, and because of the tremendous low price, so that they have taken a major market share, and that has worried and actually, in a way, angered the European Union. So the chairman or the president of the European Council, Ursula von der Leyen, actually said already a few months ago, and saying that, hey, this is something we need to look into, because it is impossible that electric vehicles from China are so cheap and making a lot of economic and financial problem with the European electric car maker. So then she ordered a kind of investigation into if there is some sort of state subvention, state subsidies, yeah, that make the whole thing possible. And China, being a member of the World Trade Organization, they have certain rules to stick to, such as, the state is not supposed to subsidize heavily in order to help them in winning competition, and this could be the case. So they ordered, or she ordered, a thorough investigation, and it's interesting. As so often it happened, that the Chinese Communist Party like to use the expression that other people are taking up a stone and drop it on their own foot or own feet. Yeah? Actually, they are the ones who are doing it because of this unfair competition, unfair price war. So EU started an investigation, and because of this investigation, they find out something very interesting behind the scene of Chinese electric car, or electric car made in China. It may not be a Chinese brand; it can be a Western brand also, and that is interesting because they have discovered something very unusual, and this discovery had happened just before Ursula von der Leyen and also Mr. Michel, they are going to visit China in these days, in this month. Yeah? So it's very interesting, and they are going to meet Xi Jinping. Now, what had they discovered? Well, actually, it was an organization, European Investigation Institute or something like that, yeah, who specialize in investigating EU-China business relationship, and they found out that a Chinese, not a Chinese actually, a British guy, Englishman, he is actually, in all the silence, became a member of Xi Jinping family, and he from nothing. You know, he was known as a guy, as a young guy, maybe something around 40 or so. He was known actually to be a guy spending many hours in the dark bars of Beijing, drinking whatever he liked to drink with people usually who are children of the rich people, of the party officials, you know, high-ranking party official, and so on. And this guy, this Englishman, he met actually in one of those bars the daughter of Xi Jinping's sister, yeah, and they got married later. So that's why I say he became a member of Xi Jinping family. Now, and for unknown reason, this guy, you know, being a guy spending hours in all these, as I call it, dark bars in Beijing, suddenly became an investor and a member of the board of different companies. And one of them is for a couple of years, established in China, and that is the Chinese branch of the electric vehicle maker Fisker, F-I-S-K-E-R, yeah, Fisker. Fisker is a company started by a Danish guy with the same name, Fisker, yeah, Henrik Fisker. He is a famous car designer. And then later he started his own company, wanted to challenge Tesla, and he failed actually. 2014, they were facing bankruptcy. But then he managed to survive by convincing someone who heavily invested in his company. So he was in a way revived. And now he started to make big entrance in Chinese market, European market, and North American market. In the case of Chinese market, then he found this guy, this Englishman with the name Daniel Fuhr. Yeah? And he seems to be a guy who has helped Fisker quickly establish the electric vehicle business in China, and they are going to sell. And according to Fisker himself, chairman and CEO of Fisker, he's saying the first year, next year, he can sell 74,000 SUV, electric SUV. And Daniel Fuhr, this Englishman, saying, oh no, not so little. We will be able to sell several times more. It's very interesting, huh? He's quite sure. Now, probably he has some backup, and guess who back him up? Yeah, because in China, nobody can make big business without any backup from a party boss, yeah, or from some party high-ranking official. So we can just guess who could be the one who is doing that. But here, interesting, I would like to point out is not that Daniel for what he has done and so on. Interesting for me is, when Xi, the party boss, Xi Jinping, when he came to power, 2012, he was making a big show, namely creating an image of being a very clean official, you know. And he, on one hand, he started an anti-corruption campaign, you know, putting a lot of his opponents in jail, claiming that because of corruption. Which I never believe, because if it is really because of corruption, then he should put basically all party officials into jail, yeah, because they are all corrupt. So they are all taking bribe, yeah. So why only this? Yeah, because they are his opponents. Okay. On the other hand, what he did is he was showing an image of he himself hates corruption, and he's so clean, he's so fantastic. So he even sipped out such information that, Comrade Xi Jinping talked to his family and told the family that, you guy, I forbid you to do business. Not only that you are not supposed to be corrupt, you are not allowed to do business because of your relationship to me. just to make sure, most Chinese people believe in it. So that's why they call him at that time, not now anymore, they call him Xi Da Da. Basically roughly means the great Uncle Xi, is the great man Xi. So he was the hero of anti-corruption. Now, actually, in the same time he was playing that show, his sister's daughter was already married with this Daniel Foer, this Englishman. And the Englishman was already together with his wife and moved into business with the help of, probably with the help of Xi Jinping. And I mean, in China, Xi Jinping doesn't need to give this guy money or whatever. Just that people know he's married with the daughter of Xi Jinping's sister. Everybody would then open the door for him, right? So this is how it worked out. But interesting is he was making this show. And that's why I repeatedly remind you, don't forget, CCP in particular, CCP leaders, and the high-ranking official, they are all competent liars, professional liars, and they believe in the principle, like it was stated in the book The Art of War by Sun Tzu, and saying that in warfare you can never deceive too much. You can never have too much deception. And this is exactly what they are doing. You see? And they tell you he's clean, he's not corrupt, he fight corruption, but in reality he's as corrupt as the other. Okay, so that's what happened with the electric vehicle. Now the second thing I promised to mention about is this 100-year-old man, Henry Kissinger, passed away for a few days ago. And he is interesting in our channel because we talk about China and CCP, because the CCP call him as an old friend. And this is true because he went to China already in 1972. Secretly, he visited China 5 times. And by the way, in his life, he visited China totally, guess how many times? 100 times. So he's 100 years old when he died. So in average, in his life, every year, one visit to China. And in 1972, he went to China secretly to talk to China about, what about, we work together, America and China work together against Soviet Union, and so on. And he thought he was smart, that we don't need 2 enemies, Soviet and China, so let's calm down China and fight Soviet. And in calming down China, making friends with China, he actually made too much compromise. For example, he was the guy who had the idea to suggest President Nixon to kick Taiwan out from United Nations and help China to move in, and help China to build up their economy, their military, and so on, and their political isolation. And he was also the guy who worked for that America should stop fighting with the communists in Vietnam and let South Vietnam fall into the hands of the communists. Because you should know, it is not true that America wanted to invade Vietnam. America at that time wanted to stop the spreading of communism in the world. The Soviet and China, they tried to expand their territory. And that was another mistake because Henry Kissinger, he helped China, communist China. Actually, 1972, China was actually still in the turmoil of Cultural Revolution. The economy was at the brink of collapse. And all this, actually was very close to eventual collapse of the Chinese Communist Party. And Henry Kissinger is the guy who influenced American government and helped China to survive, helped Chinese communists to survive. And they also helped the Vietnamese communists to take over the whole Vietnam. And he was also the one who stopped America to to build up a defense to avoid expansion of communist China. And he's the one who's been doing it all the time. He is the expert of appeasement policy to China. And he helped the Chinese dragon, this dangerous Chinese dragon, that means the Chinese Communist Party, to become big and strong and rich. So then, well, if you guys want to put a, so to say, a closing comment to this man, you do it yourself. I just told you the facts, yeah? And actually, he kept doing this kind of mistake all the way until he died. Actually, for only half a year ago, he was in China and received by Xi Jinping as the great old fan, yeah? So this is Henry Kissinger. Now, finally, I just want to give you the information that since 3 months back, there's a new epidemic outbreak in China. It started in the north, Beijing, Tianjin, and Shenyang, and so on, and it's now spreading all the way down to the south, Guangzhou, Shenzhen. And what happened is this time, millions and millions of children are sick, are infected. All the children's hospital or children department of hospital are totally fully packed with children, crying and suffering from high fever, headache, whatever. Now, the Chinese Communist Party keeps saying that, oh, we don't have any corona, because actually it's not corona, it's Mycoplasma pneumonia. It is influenza, and so on and so on. A lot of names. And they claim that there are some 7 different viruses causing all this problem. Now, for people who are not maybe medical people, Mycoplasma pneumonia is actually a very mild infection who lead to a lung infection, yeah? And it is actually quite harmless. And they try to cheat us. Actually, I believe corona has never stopped in China. It's coming back again. And why they lie? 2 reasons. Xi Jinping, when he stopped the 3 years lockdown, he claimed that now after a complete success of our zero COVID policy, now we stop the lockdown. We have succeeded in eliminating all virus of COVID. Yeah? So of course he cannot accept now that COVID is there again. Maybe a new variant, but anyway, it's COVID. So that's one reason. And second reason is when he was 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago in San Francisco at the APEC and meeting President Biden, then he was playing, because now he knows Chinese economy is in big trouble. So this time he doesn't talk like a so-called warrior wolf. Yeah, he talk about friendship again. Oh, China and American people have since long traditionally very friendly, and we are so thankful American have helped us during the Second World War. Blah blah blah. Yeah. And then he ended up, we should be a good friend and we should do business with each other. So in order to show his honesty of really want more people to come and invest in China, of course he wants. So he even make an action so that people don't say you just talk. Namely, 6 Western countries, England, or UK, Germany, France, Italy, I think Malaysia, and one more. Now they don't need any visa to come to China, okay? They just go, like in other democratic countries, but only 15 days. So he really tried to show you guys are most welcome. And of course, in this situation, he can't just say that, hey, you are all welcome to China for business, but, well, we have corona again. Yeah, all the hospitals are full. Of course, he doesn't want to say that. So this is now just for your information. Like Pompeo said all the time, when CCP say something, we can listen to it, but after listening, we must verify it. Is it true or are they lying again? And in most cases, they lie. Thank you for today.